Welcome back to this 7-part series, The 7 Deadly Sins That Will Destroy Your Financial Future Forever. All right, this is part 5, but I would highly encourage you, if you haven't already done so, to start from the beginning with part 1. It will set this stage up and others properly as these 7 deadly sins build on each other over time. I'm John MacGregor, the host of Wired for Wealth, guiding you to achieve lasting financial freedom and peace of mind. I want to be your antidote to your financial struggles. My goal is to help you think better so you can do better, so you can feel better about your financial situation. That's what this is all about. Before we get into it, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. If you are sick and tired of feeling financially drained, like there's no way out, and you feel very concerned about your financial future, and you wish there was a way out of this, I would highly encourage you just to take a look at my new program called ThrivePath. ThrivePath is a game changer for those looking to find once and for all financial peace and confidence. This program is unlike any other because it gets to the core of why you're struggling financially, and you can read all about it on my website. It will change your life for good. All right, so let's dig in. This deadly mistake, number 5, is about gluttony. So let's get into it. We all love a big, hearty meal, right? At least every once in a while we do. Thanksgiving or the winter holidays, many of us expect to add pounds during those times, gobbling up all the sweet treats and the tasty hams and the turkeys and the casseroles and the desserts. We're gluttons at times, right? But I'm not here to judge anyone if they had to let their buttons out or upgrade the size of their closet because of this. Gluttony doesn't merely extend to our drinking and our eating habits, though. They bleed over into our finances. Yeah, that's right. At the moment, let me ask you this. Do you know what your total credit card and other revolving debt balances are? I mean, don't feel bad if you don't. Most people, in my experience, do not. And that doesn't mean you can't figure it out, because it's often eye-opening when you understand how much debt you actually have access to. Most people have many revolving accounts, from store credit cards, Amazon, appliance stores, a slew of other payment options like Affirm and now PayPal, and so on. With such a fractured mess of balances all over the place, it becomes extremely difficult to know the overall picture. Perhaps you can relate to that. You probably know what perhaps one of your Visa credit card balances is or was, right? Maybe you bought groceries or gifts or something else recently and you aren't quite sure. But what about those other accounts that might not be due for a few weeks? Putting almost all of your purchases on various credit card accounts, you could end up being just like the person who stuffs himself at that holiday season. A financial glutton. You get it? You're a glutton for pain is what really boils down to. Financial pain. So take some time right now to figure out what your total revolving account balances are. This may very well be shocking, because it is to most people when they finally see this. And hopefully it's a bit sobering as well. What will you do with this knowledge? Well, that's entirely up to you. But bear in mind that if you're paying only the minimum balances on those credit accounts every month, it will take you 30 years or more to pay the entire balance you have right now in full. You will have spent multiple times the actual purchase price for whatever you bought in the end. For example, if you spent $5,000 in goods and you only pay the minimum, you're looking at $15,000 to $20,000 or more for those purchases down the road. I mean, that's really painful. Like the man or the woman who gorges on the food to the point they can't move. It may be fun at the moment, right? But you will definitely pay for it in the end. And don't feel bad about this. I don't want you to feel bad. It's not your fault. You've been programmed by so many factors and carefully crafted devious schemes to not even realize what you're doing or getting yourself into. Now it's time to set things right. It's time to take charge. I want you to work with your budget to pay these balances down. While I certainly advocate investing for the long term in your investments, I also wholeheartedly agree that paying down your high interest rate and revolving credit balances is a very smart move. Some call it investing in your debt. While you're not getting anything back monetarily, the quicker you pay off these balances, the more money you can save in the future, which will give you more money in 5 or 10 or even 20 years from now to invest for your retirement or to retire with. When the gorging is over and your body has digested all that food, I want you to take stock in what happened and whittle down the number of credit cards you have and focus only on keeping one or two, preferably for emergencies. Buy everything else using cash or an immediate debit card. That way you'll be able to stick with your budget better and reduce the risk of spending beyond your means. So, I hope that made you think a bit. But more than that, I hope that makes you take action. Because a plan without action is just a plan to nowhere. You can do this. I know you can. So I'll wrap up there. Don't forget to hit the subscribe bell because you do not want to miss number 6. This is a doozy. And by the way, I just want to add, I just released a free download titled The 5 Surefire Ways to Get Out of Debt in 2022. It's a quick read, the information is extremely useful, and the feedback has been extremely favorable. Check it out, because the information in that free download is exactly what I'm talking about in this episode, this number 5 big mistake. It will get you out of debt if you stick to the plan. Don't forget, my international best-selling book is now available for free on my website. I just ask that you pay shipping and handling. And with that, leave a comment. Would love to hear from you. We'll see you next time in mistake number 6 you do not want to miss. Take care, upward and onward. Bye-bye.